Hey guys, what's up? Will DSA here, coming to you again with another Disney Sorcerers Arena. This time we have some news for you, news you've probably already seen, but I want to go ahead and give my take. As we pull up the Discord, we have seen that some new characters are going to be going ahead and dropping into the game, and this is going to be Toy Story 3. We got 3 new characters coming and some campaign changes, so let's go through it. Up first are the characters. We have Chunk coming in. Chunk, who's playing a defensive role. He passively gains shield through opponents inflicted with fear and protects his team with taunt. So Toy Story will be getting a dedicated taunter. Now many people feel Bo Peep is already that taunting mechanic, but I think Toy Story really needs another one. So and the ability to go off of fear, not a very used mechanic, not a very understood mechanic sometimes by some people, so I have this here. So fear, affected character will not be able to dodge or resist enemy attacks or effects. So if you can get it on them, fear would be great on a character like Dash. Characters such as, I believe, Genie and Aladdin. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this would negate the evade because that's a dodge. So I'd be interested to see what happens. So it will be able to really pin them in place and be able to target them. Not the strongest mechanic, but something to maybe play around with on this team. So just wanted to show that for you for those who did not know what fear was. Up next is Big Baby. It's going to be an offense character dealing damage, a strong single target damage, so not an AoE, and it's going to be increasing damage versus feared opponents. So another use for fear. It looks like they're trying to push this mechanic to the front and see what it does. And then Lotso, he's a support. He's going to be a leader. Now, Toy Story gets another leader instead of Bo Peep, which will be interesting. Could open up some more opportunities. Now, Lotso will inflict fear, so that's good to work with the other 3 characters. These are all going to look like villains as well. He's going to be a passive healer, so Toy Story already has some passive heals. Now with Lotso, again with Bo Peep as well, and specifically Woody. And then it'll apply taunt to a weak enemy. So that is really, really good. So say you hit a big hit, say on a Zerg, but they're playing with a Frozen team, and then that next turn they're gonna go ahead and get Kristoff's taunt up. Normally, now that's a problem, getting stuck behind a Kristoff taunt. But if this is correct, and I wonder if it's going to be a passive that applies the taunt to the weakest enemy, maybe, or if it's an actual ability. I'm assuming it's a passive because that's the way it would have to work, because you couldn't apply the taunt to, say, that Zerg if Kristoff had just taunted before. So we would have to see, but it looks like it should be a passive. Gain or give taunt to the weakest character so you can get around Kristoff. I think this is wonderful to see. So these look like some pretty big characters. It looks like they're going to be villain. They'll probably be downtown, so the downtown villain plus Toy Story gets some support. It'll be interesting to put these together. Now, all 3 of these characters are going to have increased strength in the club mode Conquest. So really, they're trying to push some characters in there. The only one we've seen that with is with Simba. And then another free-to-play character coming in with Chunk. He's going to be put onto the campaign nodes. So let's go ahead and take a look at those campaign nodes on the Heroes Elite campaigns. He's going to be replacing the infamous Hopper on 3A. The Villain Elites, he's going to be replacing Sally, which kind of makes me sad, until I saw later on in 3C. And then he's also, well, that's all he's going to be there for, so he's going to be there. Also, Hades. Hades coming to be a farmable character outside of the tournament exchange or the tournament currency. Beautiful. One of the amazing damage dealers in this game, becoming more accessible, really pushing characters out into the forefront and letting everyone get access to it earlier if they choose to farm it. Some changes to Grand Campaign. 4B gets Hopper. I don't know about that. In addition to it, I don't know if they need that really. Or are these in additions to 4B? Let's take a look at 4B real quick and see what it's doing right now. So if we go into the battles, grand exchange, grand campaign, sorry. Alright, 4B. Okay, so it is empty, so they're just adding characters to the empty spot, so they're not actually doubling up a character. I was hoping maybe they would double up a character and get different drops, but maybe that was a little hopeful. Alright, Sally's going to be added to 4H. Really good to see Sally in a campaign, grand campaign, so you can farm her indefinitely and not have a cap. And then Merida as well going to be there. They're removing one from 6B. They removed Hopper. So some pretty good changes, some pretty good viability. My thoughts on, I like them adding new characters to Toy Story. Toy Story was probably one of the ones I was looking forward to the most, but really felt let down. I got everyone up to 7 stars in Toy Story, and it's just Zurg is usable, and I happen to use Bo Peep as a lead. But other than that, it's debatable if it's really usable. And one of their big things was a lacking of a dedicated taunter to go along with Bo Peep. Now I use Bo Peep effectively with like a symbol. Shift that taunt around, taunt again. So that is great. My thoughts would be, I want to see if the leader ability looks like Lotso on Lotso. But I could almost see a villain's role. So Bo Peep probably the lead. I like another damage dealer in Baby, along with Zurg, so it takes care of 3 spots. Chunk would be the 4th spot, probably. I want to see how he does, and then he would have to come along with Lotso in that case. I really don't want to lose the Bo Peep lead, possibly just because of the use of that 20% buff to Toy Story teammates. So I want to see how that all fits in. Additionally, these are probably going to be downtown villains, just like Toy Story, I believe, is downtown heroes. Let me double check and make sure I'm not a crazy person as we go into this and check it out here. So Woody. Is Woody a downtown? He is downtown. So downtown villains are going to get a buff with Dr. Facilier as a leader, possibly Syndrome, depending on how it all goes. Another thing we actually can take a look at is using that fear mechanic for characters already in there. Now, there's not a whole bunch, but the main one I want to look at and I want to see what can be used is Oogie Boogie. I'm a fan of Oogie Boogie as a tank, and he does some decent damage. So his second special, we're going to go ahead and do an AoE hit, and it inflicts fear on all opponents for 1 turn, along with some other abilities. So depending on how hard the Big Baby hits, I believe it's called Big Baby. Let me see that again. Yep, Big Baby. Depending on how hard they hit and how this all looks, this could be a spot for one of, I think, a more underrated character in this game. I am excited. I like that they are putting out new characters on nodes and they're shifting that around. I will agree with the sentiment by a lot of people that I've seen that new characters is not going to be enough for this game. We need something. We need a direct challenge system. We need a new tournament. We need a raid. You know, a bunch of things you could do. But that is my opinion. New characters are great, but after a while, it's just okay. We're just collecting what is there to be going on. And also, I want to see how this team or these characters can add to fight the functionality of a frozen team. Lotso seems like he would be a way to get through them, but it doesn't necessarily mean so, because what if Kristoff's the weakest player on the team? Is just going to apply it to Kristoff? So we'll have to see how it goes, and I would be definitely interested, or I definitely will be interested once this all drops with full kits and looking at it. So that's going to wrap it up from me. We got 3 new characters coming in, some changes to the campaigns, and overall, this game is continuing to move forward in a wonderful way. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you're supporting all the content creators from this game, because this game is wonderful and we want to grow this community. Check them all out. There's a lot of good insight everywhere you go. So until next time, my name is Will DSA. It's been another video on Disney Sorcerers Arena, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.